Welcome to another episode of Unleashing You. These episodes are designed to help you see the world differently and open up worlds of possibility. At Unleash You, we believe that knowledge is power, and we love sharing both. Switchboard operators, projectionists, camera film developers. What do these all have in common? They each have skills that are no longer relevant today. Some of us are old enough to remember dropping off film at the mall or in these parking lot kiosks, then magically picking up pictures a few days later. Do we see that today? Those kiosks have vanished. Knowledge is a depreciating asset. Let's talk about this word, depreciating. When you buy a new car and roll it off the car lot, it instantly loses value. A car is a depreciating asset, meaning it loses value over time. Knowledge is the same. Yes, knowledge is important. Gaining knowledge is important, but it is indeed a depreciating asset that what you know today will not be as valuable tomorrow nor the next day. Think of engineers who spent their days working on floppy disk drives. That technology is virtually non-existent today. The rate of change in our society is only increasing, especially within technology. While it took years to go from the floppy drive to the CD, it took shorter to go from the CD to the hard drive to the solid state drive. Who uses CDs anymore? Knowledge is a depreciating asset. We must continually learn and be on the lookout for new and different ways to take our current knowledge and use it to learn the next thing. Rarely does the next thing represent a 100% gap in our understanding. From the 5 1/4 floppy disk to the 3.5-inch disk, that was not a large leap in knowledge. And while it was innovative, it did not require 100% new learning. Even the change from a 3.5 disc to CD, while drastically different, also did not represent a 100% net new bit of learning either. The same is true for learning new skills. Rarely will you run into something that represents a 100% gap in what you know versus the next new skill. Now, your gap may indeed be 80%. Maybe 90%. There may be a significant gap. But many times we let the fear of the gap turn into an overestimate of how big the gap is. Maybe the gap is 60 or 70%, but our fear makes it look like 100%. We give up on ourselves and we say we know nothing about this new thing. It's too hard. It's too big to overcome. It's a 100% gap. But that is just the fear talking. We've talked ourselves into believing that the gap is indeed 100% and we are unable to overcome it. This fear prevents us from learning new things. Our own fear, our own perception of what the gap actually is. This pace of change is not going to slow down. If anything, it will continue to speed up. We can bury our head in the sand. We can convince ourselves that our skills and knowledge we have today are so amazing that they will never expire. Someday, with that approach, we will find ourselves obsolete, much like the film kiosk in the middle of the parking lot. We need to accept that knowledge does indeed depreciate and then do something about it. We must learn something each day and tackle those gaps in order to stay relevant. The choice, however, is ours. And that choice comes with impactful consequences. Choose wisely. Take care.